Welcome to Bullshit TV. I'm your host. So on today's docket, it is basically we're speaking on the Roe versus Wade thing. Right now, everybody knows that the government is trying to overturn. Well, some states has overturned Roe versus Wade, stripping the choice of the woman if she is going to be able to have an abortion or not. And basically, the abortion can come from any type of decision from the woman. Lack of matter of life and death. Maybe the woman didn't know that she was pregnant and she didn't want the child, or just, you know what I mean? Just lack of a support system. Because sometimes, even if the child is born into the world, sometimes I feel like, just my opinion, but we can all talk about it. Sometimes it's not good just to throw the child into the world because of the environment that the child will be born in. They say put the baby up for adoption. Sometimes the adoption is not the best route to go, because they can end up in a shittier situation than they already are. And so it should be left up to the women's rights to have an abortion, because sometimes mothers out here that don't deserve children. I'm gonna just be frank with you. Some mothers do not deserve children, and we have mothers getting pregnant with children or a child, and then they get this falsehood of they're going to have a family when that is not necessarily true. I'm not talking about from experience, it's just from what I've seen over the years that I've been alive. And my brain is not vulnerable enough to have people just be able to influence my way of thinking, because God gave you a brain, or whoever is your higher power gave you a brain before they gave you a book, before they gave laws, and you gave you a spirit about you. You know what I'm saying? To be able to tell what's right and wrong. So now the abortion ban that they are attempting to follow through with is just going. It's all fucked up. Let's just say that. And then they want to talk about that the families need to be reincarnated, but sometimes it's the man's fault. Let's just keep it point period. And then for all the Republicans that had voted for overturning abortions, my question is to you: what are you gonna do when your side piece gets pregnant? You feel what I'm saying? Because most of the time when people are married, they have families, and a side piece get pregnant, they want them to abort the kid just for the simple fact they don't want to have to take the responsibility, or even let their wife and their children know that they basically cheated on their mom and had a baby with the sneaky link, the side bitch. Let's just keep it real. And I say that's the first step. The first step to be able to recognize that some of the time this is not man bashing or whatever, but if you feel like that, that you feel like that. But and they keep talking about broken homes, but you have men out here going across state lines, going overseas. It don't matter where they are. It's like they have something in their DNA that they cannot stay with one woman. You know what I mean? It don't matter how much they say they love and cherish their wives and all that. They still get cheated on. You know, they love their family and all this, but you out cheating and having unprotected sex and getting the other woman pregnant. And you don't want your wife to know about it. But you will pay all this money for an abortion to keep your dirty little secrets. But when it is important for a woman to maybe have an abortion because a medical problem, or uh, the baby won't survive at all, and it's between life and death between the mother and the child, that it basically just stripping up rights away. But if the men can get their shit together, maybe these abortions wouldn't even happen in the first place. Because, like I said, I am not a lawyer and I haven't, you know, went to lawyer school or whatever. But I just read the laws, and then sometimes the laws don't really fit with the moral thinking of a human being. Because I believe, just my opinion, I could be totally wrong, but it kind of makes sense to me. If men went out here cheating and having babies with sneaky links, maybe abortion wouldn't even been created in the first place. Maybe it was created for medical purposes, but it's highly, you know what I mean, being used because some women, even when they went out and did everything they could not to get pregnant, they still got pregnant because they have a lifelong ahead of them and they think too early for them to have children, which which is their right to think that, you know what I mean? Because there's plenty of times men out here is, or even teenage boys is out here having sex unprotectedly, getting girls around their age group and women getting pregnant, and then they like, I got my whole life ahead of me, and they'll just leave. So maybe the abortion is the right way. And then for the men that's cheating on your wives and you getting abortions behind your family's back because you want to keep your secrets, stop doing it. Or just be honest. You know what I mean? And you always want to say, I'm a man, I'm a man. But you don't like when your woman go out and have multiple partners. But it's okay for you to have multiple partners unprotectedly and all of this shit, and then come home, kiss her, hold her, and do what, because you're the provider financially. So I don't know, but y'all on some bullshit, and it ain't right. And I don't see how in the fuck the country is going in a direction, the way the direction of the country is going, and it's ruled by men. Men can't even multitask. But y'all allowing these men to come up with these bills and these laws against women. I call bullshit.